Welcome, everybody. Uh, this is a different kind of episode. Thankfully we have Matt back for this episode too. So it's myself, Sam Cookie hosting. I have Charles and Maddie B H double with me. So why don't you guys say hi?
Hello. Hello,
Why,
fans.
hello
Thank you.
there.
Thank you for the love on the last episode with Sam and I.
Yeah, it actually
I'm going to
turned out
get
to
you
be
a quick views count as we speak. Let's see where we're at right now. 89 views.
wow, that's
I
impressive.
know.
Yeah,
I don't, Matt, I'm with you. I don't know what made it so big. For us, that is a lot of views. So thank
yeah,
I
you for
guess I guess it was me. They just didn't want me on the
maybe, yeah,
yeah,
podcast.
maybe we'll have to kick you off, Matt, if the numbers go down this
yeah.
episode.
Thank
So
you.
Probably.
And thank you guys for all the support for last episode. It was a lot of fun filming. We definitely will take notes that we are getting a surge in views whenever Matt's not around. So we'll keep note of that. So this is episode, what were we on, episode 9 now of
not quite.
the podcast? Episode 8 then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
we're on episode 8. So we were talking at the beginning of this new season with the To Be Determined podcast. We were talking about maybe diverging a little bit outside of sports, maybe talking about some other media things, maybe like books or movies in the future. So this episode will be the first of those new topics, and Matt, Charles, and I came together and we wanted to talk about a certain movie that came out recently. We all went out and watched it a couple of days ago, so it's still fresh in our minds. I had a lot of fun with it, at least, but it's to be determined, I guess, with Matt and Charles. But we went out and watched the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out last week, and we wanted to share our thoughts about the movie, and we wanted to spend this episode getting a little talk about it and having some fun. So, yeah,
Yeah. Well, what is this segment called, Sam? We had a name for it.
we had a name for the segment.
Yeah, do you not remember?
Maybe I came a little unprepared then.
Oh
Let's
no,
take a look. We
Oh, it's
called
movie
it,
Mondays.
but
not
today's
quite.
Sunday.
That could be it, but no. Remember, we called it something else.
Oh God, what do we call it
Oh
then?
no,
I don't
Matt,
even
Matt,
know.
Watch Club,
Oh,
Oh
just
yeah, yeah,
watch
yeah, yeah, yeah.
club. That's
Yes,
not
yes, the
even
Watch Club.
Watch
okay.
Club.
Yes.
That
I
well, we could
mean,
make it Movie Monday,
I
but
I know we talked about it as a watch club. I didn't know that was like the cemented like topic name. It was just watch club. I personally like
yeah.
movie Mondays more.
Whoa.
I'm with Matt on the movie Mondays.
So,
Actually.
so every episode, this episode has to be on a Monday. Then that's what we're getting at as well.
Yes, it has to
Okay.
Yeah,
be. No
Okay.
exceptions of that. But yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Well, if you two are already saying Movie Monday, that's 2 on 1. So we'll go with Movie
It is movie
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, I'll go with Movie Monday.
Good. But yeah, this is the first episode that we want of this little movie Monday segment. I guess we're starting. Yeah, we wanted to start talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie. It came out last week. It's an amazing movie, I think. We all wanted to talk about it a bit. And yeah, so if either one of you guys want to start, what did you guys think originally going into the movie?
Sam, you gotta have some confidence, man. You went. This is, I guess, the segment we're starting. Like, come on, you got to bring the
Oh,
confidence. Yes, this is the segment we're doing. There's no guessing
maybe
here.
there might have been just like a fear, I guess. I probably just said that without even noticing.
No, it's okay. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give my thoughts on the Mario movie. Sam and I actually watched it together with Autumn as well, and we watched it right around the same time as Matt, which is funny. Like he watched about 30 minutes after we did, 20 minutes after we did. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was like we were almost all watching it together essentially. But for me, overall thoughts on the Mario movie. This is the first movie I'd been to at a movie theater since 2019. I've never been a big movie theater guy. That's never something I've been a big fan of. So it's not something I go to often. But with what we want to do with Movie Monday on the podcast, that'll get me out into the movie theater a little more. So, and I was excited. I was excited to watch a Mario movie because obviously I grew up playing a lot of Mario, and Sam and I, we play a lot of Mario games together. We played a lot of games, and I played some with Matt too, like Strikers. So Mario's been a big part of like my gaming experience. And so I was excited to see this movie. And I was entertained, I will say. I did enjoy the movie, but I didn't also tell Sam any of my thoughts. I wanted to save it. I did think it was a little hectic. I would say a lot seemed to be thrown into such a short amount of time. Like there was a lot that happened very quickly. And so that was a little, not, I wasn't a big fan of that. But yeah, I'm going to save more of my like actual detailed thoughts for later. But those are just like my original thoughts. Entertaining, but a little hectic at times. So yeah.
I thought differently. I really enjoyed that there wasn't
Oh,
really much story going on with the Mario movie. I mean, it kind of ties along with the video games. There isn't really that much story to go with it. So I think they did a fantastic job. The pacing was very fast. I mean, it is a kids movie, so you got to keep the kids busy too. But I thought I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a really good movie. Yeah, there wasn't really any story. There was barely a plot that went on. Is pretty traditional. Nothing crazy went on. There's a lot of cool visuals in the movie, but I thought it was a lot of fun. So I thought they did a good job with it.
My personal opinion, it's kind of a mixture of both Sam and Charles. Obviously, if you're gonna go to the movie and you want a movie with a plot, do not go to this movie because it will not give you that. Like like one scene, you're like listening to freaking Jack Black sing about Peach. The next thing, it's like, oh, freak, Mario, where the F are you? That's pretty much what it is. It's like, what the heck? Like, how'd we go from that to that?
mhm.
Um, but I mean, the visuals are really cool. I think it's fun to kind of like have a movie about them, and I don't know if this is like in their original games or not, but I thought it was cool how they made like the plumbers from New York go into Mario World instead of like they start out there, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was pretty unique. Um,
Hmm.
I don't understand why there's like a random pipe like at the bottom of New York. Like who
Yeah,
has it
I said the same
like
thing.
that
like
was
and my thing is too is like how the heck did no one even freaking enter that like ever like in like a million years and the next thing you know like they're like oh sweet let's go to this thing it's like what
mhm.
um so there was some of that going on but overall I would say for me if I had to give a are we giving ratings can we give it right now or do we have to give that
Oh,
to the end
I haven't given one yet, so I would give one at the more at the end
okay.
oh okay I'll
discussion.
say
So
my
maybe
rating
save
then
that. Yeah.
um but I paid I think like $10 to go see the movie
What?
I think what
You paid $10, Charles and I paid like 25. We got ripped
No,
off.
not for a single ticket. It was like
Yeah,
12
well that
bucks
was yeah, that
per
was for
ticket.
a
Yeah.
ticket and
Oh
then
yeah, so
$2 of
I paid like
popcorn.
$10, and for me it was worth the $10.
Mhm.
Probably, I think my max I'd pay for it was probably what you guys did, like the 12, whatever. But knowing that you went with Charles and everything, I would still go because I went with my sister and her husband. So I kind of did the same thing. I was third wheeling like Sam, so let's go.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
let's go.
and I think when you go with friends, I think it's definitely a very entertaining movie for sure. But I probably wouldn't watch this one for probably another like year or two just to let it simmer down, and then I'd probably watch it again.
You
Yeah.
want all the scenes to be like fresh in your mind again when you see it another time.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, yeah,
I yeah.
where are we going with this, Sam?
Well, I had a
Excited.
couple thoughts to bounce off of Matt's. I was definitely not like him, and I watched the movie originally, I believe, on last Saturday, 2 weeks ago from now. Um, I watched it with my roommates, and then the next Wednesday, so 4 days after, I hit up Charles was like, "Hey, we need to watch the Mario movie." So I took them out and watched the Mario movie, and in great third wheeling fashion, just like Matt, Bachelors Rise Up. It was a lot of fun. I thought the movie was really good. Um, I did not come in wanting any like storyline or plot at all. So all the fast pacing and like all the action was great. Um, it was definitely a kids movie, and it definitely did not make sense either. How they just stumbled upon a green pipe in the bottom of New York, which I thought was weird too. But it's canon to the actual Mario games, so that's a cool touch. Actually did a lot. They did a really good job adding a lot of Easter eggs and features to the movie that's actually true to the video game, which I appreciated a lot. I know a lot of other people did. So it was a really fun watch, I think. And also a lot of music added to the Mario video games was brought into the movie too with their own remix fashion too, which is awesome to see. So
Well, you touch on probably my favorite aspect of the movie overall. I thought they did a fantastic job mixing Mario music, but making it into movie music. Because, like you said, so many from, a wide variety of games, because there's been so many Mario games that they included into the movie. It was not only was it did it have the Mario feel and you could hear it, but like I said, it fit with what a movie would sound like, what music they would play. So I thought they absolutely did a phenomenal job with that. And I really, really did like that part. And that was personally what my favorite part of the whole movie was, because they included Mario, but they put it in movie fashion. So that, because obviously a lot of the movie doesn't necessarily flow with Mario. I know they'd have Easter eggs of, Mario games, which was also pretty fun. But, a lot of it isn't like necessarily, like a Mario feel, but the music was spot on. So that I really enjoyed. You bring up
yeah,
a good point there, Sam.
I
the
mean, I would
whole
also agree about with the music as well. Sorry, I just had to, since we're talking about music,
yeah,
I thought it was good, and I thought like it was fun to have like the like I think was it Bowser playing his theme or whatever when he was with like the magician person, I can't remember the names. I know you know them more than I do, Sam.
yeah,
Um, I mean, I played the games. I don't really care for the names. Like I'm like more like a mainstream person. I'm just like,
yeah,
that's the stupid wizard person. I need to kill this person. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Um, but I thought that scene. I mean, I thought that scene was good. But I liked the music with it. Like it was like very subtle. But like if you played the games, like you knew right away like what it was referencing and all that stuff. Like there was one scene where like they had like the water fish, or whatever, and started playing the underwater music, but like very subtly. And it was like, okay, if you don't know the game, like obviously you wouldn't like you just think it's random music, but when you know the game, you're like, oh, that's actually really cool. So I thought there was a lot of people that were probably on that committee that had either played the games or done a lot of good research on like all the different things about it. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, no, they
It
did.
deserves a clap. So
What?
it deserves a clap, the music.
Oh, okay. I was like, are you clapping Matt's
A
argument?
Charles clap.
It
Well,
was
I'm
that
Bro,
talking
Sam, it's not even an argument. I'm just saying, I'm saying
good. I
my
know
opinion, bro.
Matt said the story, but
I'm
yeah, no,
clapping up for Matt's opinion, man.
yeah,
Let's go.
hype it up. He deserves it. But no, I totally agree. They did a fantastic job making this movie. Illumination Studios. It
Well,
kind of shows.
I think you're giving it a little too much. I think you're giving a little too much credit,
Ugh,
but
Oh, I'm giving
ugh,
a little too
ugh.
much credit.
I
Oh,
mean,
we're
you said
talking
you
about
loved the movie
arguments.
like 5 times already, and I'm a little over it.
Charles is not like me saying that. Well, let me hear your thoughts then, Charles, if you don't like mine.
Well, no, I like your. Oh, you have said I love the movie like 3 times, so I just wanted to say
Right?
that. I mean, no, I mean I told you my thoughts. Like I said, I just thought it was little too much going on for how long it was, and
Mhm.
obviously the whole pipe thing. That's just I know it's probably just my mindset. Like you said, it's more for kids anyways, and it's just like a pipe under New York City like that no one's found. Like how's that? Except I guess
Yeah.
Princess Peach, who walked in as a
It
child or a baby, as you saw, but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like how does that happen? It just like makes no sense. And
It's a cool touch at least that that's actually canon to the game. Like that's the real story of how the Mario Brothers came to be. I'm pretty sure that's also how Peach came to be too. So I thought it was really cool to add it into the movie. But continue with what you're saying.
that just shows Sam giving us some knowledge. I actually didn't really know that, so thank you.
Yeah.
That makes it a little more sense for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, to
But yeah,
me, I would assume that like something random like that was gonna happen.
Right.
It's just like I don't know what I love too is like you see it's like flooding, right? At the very beginning. And then obviously I don't want to give away the plot, but at a certain point, it's like, oh no, like you don't like see a flashback to the family at all. Like there's no like, oh, where's Mario? Where's Luigi? Like they're
Oh,
like all of a sudden like
yeah.
they come back at a certain point and it's like, oh hey guys. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
these guys have been gone for like a week or two or however long it is. It's like, oh, what's up, dudes? It's like what?
I did think that was a little concerning too,
and
that the Mario and Luigi went
so,
on this giant adventure and their parents they had a huge talk with them like the day before, but then
Yeah,
after
like literally the day
and
before
here,
about like you guys are amounting to nothing. Why do you
yeah.
guys start your own plumbing business?
and
Like,
Yeah,
then
you know,
literally.
yeah,
all
exactly.
this stuff, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh,
We're
I
gone.
guess they're plumbing somewhere
Yeah.
24/7 for 2 weeks. It's like
Right.
what?
And
So that
another
was
thing,
something I was like, what?
yeah, that was kind of the whole tone, a little bit, of the movie that from my eyes, and which made me not necessarily love it, like as compared to other movies. But something else that I found that I thought kind of, was a little bit of an expose was when they were, I think it was the first, it was like the dinner they had before they obviously found the magic pipe, and they're with their family, and it was either the dad or whatever. It's like, why are you guys, you're wearing costumes and you have your gloves, blah, 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 like why? And it's like, well, Mario was like, well, we want to be different or whatever, but
Mm.
then it showed a flashback when Luigi was in the balloon and it showed baby Mario and baby Luigi. But like
Yeah,
technically, how would they have done that if they were already if they were babies? Like, did they make that decision as adults when they decide to be plumbers? So that was just, that's just maybe how my mind thinks. Like, well, that doesn't make any sense. But
Yeah.
I get obviously it's baby Mario and baby Luigi, which was cool. But I was like, that doesn't make any sense because like I thought, how would they be old enough to put on those costumes? Wouldn't their parents have done it? But then their parents were like, oh, why are you wearing these silly costumes? So that's just something I thought of that didn't really make sense either. But yeah,
Yeah.
just wanted
No. Very literal take to the movie, Charles. I like it.
I might be a little too literal. I mean,
It
yeah, I'm not a kid, obviously.
Yeah,
So
it makes a lot of sense too. I didn't actually even think about that coming into the movie. I know, yeah, like you were saying, Charles, Mario's dad kind of did criticize him a little bit. It's like, why are you wearing those stupid white gloves? It kind of makes sense towards like the movie because they wanted to kind of foreshadow like how they got their bravery and like uniqueness and things like that. But yeah, before that, it doesn't really makes sense still, like how can they just grow up in the same pair of overalls, like a red and green pair of overalls? It's kind of weird. But
that's just what
I
I'm saying, man.
yeah, you're right. I have a bit more of a love for Mario than some other viewers. I don't want to I don't want to
Hey, I
make a
love the
jab at
game.
anyone, but
I love the games. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying.
You I'm sure you guys both love Mario games, and I would know that too,
mhm.
but I think it's just like a love and a nostalgia for like a Mario that I didn't even sense like those little scenes like happening and like question to myself like how is that gonna happen in like real life?
You're so
So
much of a Mario lover, it just went right past you.
yeah, exactly. I'm such a Mario lover that I absolutely like adored the Peach singing scene, but I didn't care for anything else. Everything else.
Sam got
Yeah.
the VIP pass. He got the Lakuto cloud. He flew above us, and Matt and I were stuck on Rainbow Road, and we kept falling off.
That is true.
That's
Yeah,
me. We
exactly.
kept seeing like, wait, this what is going on here? And Sam was just on the
Exactly.
Lakuto cloud soaring past it.
Yeah, literally. I didn't have to worry about any cart riding or anything like that. No blue shells or anything else like that. I was just like, it's smooth sailing.
Yeah, I
Gotta
might have
love
got hit with a
Mario.
nice red shell there.
He actually did get hit with a blue shell though.
That is,
And
that is true. Yeah, that
yeah,
like I said, that's another thing to go on with the music was the little game aspects was obviously really cool, like the
That
Mario
was funny
Kart.
when he was like,
Yeah,
"I'm not done yet," and I was like, "What?" And I see him turn into a blue shell,
yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, he's
that's
about to get done." I was like,
yeah,
yes,
"You cannot run those things," and it did the same circling motion as like the
yeah,
Mario Kart stuff, and I was like,
yeah.
"Okay, that's good."
yeah.
See
That was
that's like that was like because everyone knows if you're a Mario fan, a blue shell, you're like uh-oh, when you see the blue shell notification coming on when you're in first, and you're like uh-oh.
Yeah, and
That
it's
that was
freaking
like that's one
screaming
of
at
the
you, and it's
ones,
like,
yeah. That's one
and
of
you're
the
just
ones
like,
they did a good job on, yeah. But then like the scene, obviously right after when they fall into the the ocean and the eel eats them or whatever, it's like how, it's like, how's this, Mario in a way, or like what, what's going on here?
Right.
So
They
obviously
they
that
I
had
just
wish they
the
would
that
have.
fell more into
I wish
movie
they would have
esque.
had Rainbow Road as like in outer space rather than, because that's where
Yeah.
Rainbow Road is. I wish they would have
yeah.
like, to me, have it be like Cheap Beach or like Yoshi Falls or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be a
Oh,
little bit.
Matt giving us the Mario Kart knowledge there.
So
Okay.
Bro, dude, I was a Mario Kart dude, and whenever we did the multiplayer, I always wanted to be a shy guy instead of like the actual characters, because you got to be different color shy guys, because it wasn't like a
Oh,
character unless you were a multiplayer. And so I
okay.
was like, I'd always give my friends like the DS cartridge, and I was like, I'll just be a shy guy, and it
oh
was dope.
yeah. I
Yeah.
remember those times. Yeah, in Mario Kart DS. Those are
hmm
fun. Those are a lot of fun.
So,
But
anyways, that's what I would have chose. I mean, obviously, Rainbow Road is like very nostalgic. Everyone knows Rainbow Road, but like it would have been like it would have been, I think, a little bit more like canon if they didn't fall into the ocean and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
that's just my little that's
Yeah.
my little take.
They did fall pretty far from when they crashed at Rainbow
They
Road.
did.
They
They did.
did fall pretty far from it. So maybe they
But
were
let
in
me
outer
tell you
space.
what, when I'm on the DS or the Wii and I see outer space and I'm falling to my demise outer space, I would
You're
love to
gone.
see I would
I
love to see an ocean. You know what I'm saying? I'd be
Yeah,
like, oh,
that's true.
Well, while we're still talking real quick about Mario Kart, just a quick story. I remember Matt and I playing Mario Kart Wii, I think at my dad's, and we did the team challenge, and Matt and I were on separate teams, and I won every race, got the 60 points max, and we still lost as a team.
Oh,
Like, and I remember Matt just being
I
like,
got second place.
yeah, I remember Matt just being like, you literally got first every race, and you still guys still didn't win. Because my team would be like, I get first, it'd be like second, third, fourth, fifth, where Matt's team, and then my guys would be all below six, and I'd be like, guys, what are we doing here?
yeah, that
So,
The
always
thing
sucks.
is I barely lost to you in every single one of those races. It was so dumb. I was like, bro, what the heck?
dude, I was Mario Kart Wii was my jam. But yeah, real quick. So another thing so Sam, you might know this better. So Donkey Kong's dad when there was that whole scene, or it's his father. Is
Yeah,
that
that's his dad.
real? Like, is that in the story of Mario, the
Um,
history?
yeah, I'm pretty sure
It is.
a uh there's a Cranky Kong character, and I think that was Cranky Kong, and they kind of in the movie at least they kind of pointed at him towards like the leader of the DK tribe or whatever. I don't think that's actually part of like Mario
Yeah,
canon, but I thought it was a pretty cool way to introduce it and have DK as like the fighter, you
I
know.
didn't.
Oh, you
It
didn't
was
like
one of my
it?
least favorite. Well, yeah. Why is DK not the? I know he's a son, so maybe he's like the future, but I don't. I
Yeah.
thought he should have been the leader. But here's my gripe with it: when there was the fight, and I know it probably didn't fit with the movie, so I mean I'm nitpicking at this point. But why couldn't it have been like classic DK a little more? I know he threw barrels, but like I wish Mario would have had to go through an obstacle course, like original Donkey
Oh,
Kong.
yeah.
When you get to get over
That's
the
like the
barrels, but that wasn't
OG
really in the
original dog.
fight. I wish that had more of a classic DK feel to it, because that would have been the time to do it, and it really wasn't. It
Yeah.
was Mario would get power ups or whatever, and he
Mm.
jump, and it wasn't DK,
All yeah, like all the like
yeah.
the level fours were spread out everywhere, and it was like a coliseum that they were fighting in instead of like the actual like ladders and
Yeah,
like,
that's what I wish I would have seen, to be honest.
yeah,
There was no ladders at all,
yeah.
so that
No,
would
I
have
get
definitely
that.
made it more of a DK feel, and I feel like that wouldn't have been too difficult to include. But that
Yeah,
was just a small little thing I had.
yeah. I think it was just part of like the movie wanting to twist the scene a little bit. They didn't want to like go full fledged from that. If you guys actually rewind to the very beginning of the movie, when Mario and Luigi were playing their old commercial, right? When they're in the pizza place, I don't know why I remember this, but when they're in the pizza place, to the right, there is actually a Donkey Kong arcade machine
Yeah, I did
Yes,
that
there
see
was
is.
that.
playing
Hmm.
the actual like
hmm
DK like game. So maybe they wanted to like make it different than what the actual DK game was,
Well,
because there was a guy playing it in Brooklyn already, and it wouldn't really make sense to have it going on now and then also in like later in the movie.
I think it would be a good
well, and
tie-in, to be honest. So, but that's just me.
for me, for me, I feel like they kind of did a little bit of a Smash Bros type feel, kind of a little bit. You have like the platform and like almost like a moving type thing. and the power-ups can be like the smash orb or whatever you get,
Mm,
Granted, I do think I agree with Charles a little bit. Like it was fun to see DK throw the barrels and stuff, and it would have been fun if like, he had to get through the obstacle course to really like,
Yeah.
do that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, that's probably not as fun to watch as like DK kind of beat the crap out of Mario and then Mario somehow win.
Yeah, how does
You
he
know what I'm
survive
saying?
all that, to be honest, as well? All those
Bro, he's a tank.
punches.
He's a legend, bro. His smash meter wasn't up,
Yeah.
dude. He was almost gone.
apparently.
He was
Yeah.
almost gone, but he
Yeah.
wasn't.
Like I said, I think they just needed some ladders. I think that's all they needed necessarily. It didn't have to be like classic Donkey Kong, but just have some ladders to get up to the, you know, like I don't
Yeah,
know,
that
like
would
they
have
didn't
been
have
cool.
any. Yeah, I think that would have
Um,
given it a lot more of a feel without changing what
yeah.
actually happened too much. So yeah,
Charles really one of those ladders.
I did,
Yeah,
man.
he
It
That's
did,
was
bro.
sad they
classic
weren't in.
classic Donkey Kong, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Charles is a big shoots and ladders guy.
He grew up playing Shoots and Ladders.
Bro,
Snakes and
yeah, dude.
ladders.
Snakes and ladders, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Charles is a big ladder guy. I
Oh
mean,
man.
you know.
I
Yeah.
get into those gutters at my mom's house to get all that stuff out so that the rain
Ugh.
can flow through.
Yeah.
You already know. I'm on a ladder, so you already know,
That's
man.
true. That's true. That's where you get your love for ladders from.
But I also want to say back to the movie, while I didn't like the DK fight scene necessarily or the beginning of it, I actually thought they did a very good job as well. This was another part of the movie I really enjoyed or really appreciated was I think they nailed that DK Mario relationship very well in terms of like
Mhm.
because DK obviously if you go back, DK was like a main enemy of Mario. There's the Donkey Kong game and there's other things. DK was kind of an enemy, but as time has gone on, DK has actually become more of an ally to Mario because they're going against Bowser for the most
Mm.
part. Like Bowser's the main enemy, and you think of like Mario Party, there's the DK space. That's a good space, right? But back then, like DK was kind of an enemy, and so I thought they did a good job of making it, where they obviously didn't like each other, they had to fight, but as the scene went on and the movie went on, things happened that made them become more of allies, and obviously they were both in the end fighting against Bowser at the end of the day, but like it showed that their friendship, they went kind of from more enemies to allies, and that kind of lines up with the game, I would say, and how it has progressed in terms of Donkey Kong's role in the Mario series. So I actually thought that was maybe just a small detail, but that I thought had a lot of impact. So I
Yeah.
appreciated that as well. I don't know if you guys understood that as well or saw that during the movie, but that's something I saw. So
Yeah, no, I really like that too. It is a little questionable, like how DK and Mario, like their little alliance came to be. And I did think the movie did a really good job too, like you were saying. Like they made it pretty clear that DK and Mario kind of hate each other, but they were allies to save their own kingdoms. And it makes a lot of sense in the Mario games too. Like people are questioning, like, is DK like an ally or is he against Mario?
I'd
So
say right now he's in this day and age he's an ally.
mhm.
There's
I
no
would
like
say that
games where
too.
DK's an enemy that I can think of at least recently at all.
Yeah, no, I
So
can't think of one either.
yeah.
Um, no, it was a lot of fun to see. They had a lot of really fun interactions later in the movie too between Mario and DK, I thought. It was just fun to watch. And I'm glad that there was someone at least by Mario's side besides Peach and that little annoying Toad that actually helped fight for Mario. Because I thought Mario was pretty like helpless all by himself. He's a small little
Yeah.
Italian man. What is he gonna do?
Yeah, they made Peach like the
Bro,
fighter, and Peach is normally
he's
the one
just
who doesn't really do much from, in the Mario games. She just gets captured or whatever, but that wasn't the
Yeah,
case in the movie. So,
yeah.
but yeah, you go, Matt.
I was just saying, like, in our friend group, Sam is Mario, bro. He's our little Italian guy that we have to protect.
I thought Mario had to come save
Well,
us.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
about
you're right. He's Luigi.
that. Okay,
Bro, they
I
made
could
Luigi
see
look like a freaking bum.
I
I didn't
was
like
I
that.
could see myself as Luigi. I won't even take offense to that. But I'm not
Bro, I
Italian.
don't know. I don't know why though. They made like I think that was my one gripe because okay, you know how there's like the Super Mario Brothers like game, not party, but like the actual game. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where you get like
Yeah.
the cat suit and all that stuff. And you could pick between a blue toad, a yellow toad, Mario or Luigi,
3D World, man. That game is really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Um, I was usually either Mario or Luigi, and I've always liked Luigi and stuff, but they made him look like a freaking bum in this movie, and I didn't like that. I
Mm.
was like, bro, Luigi, like, he's like just as good. I mean, like in Smash and everything else, like he's just as good, like just as powerful as like Mario.
He's,
And then they made him look like a bum, and I didn't like that. I was
Well,
like, what?
thought he was a bum.
Yeah. He
honestly,
was
I
like,
didn't see
oh
it. I
no.
didn't see it that way. Man, Luigi is so sad. I mean, he didn't even have a chance to do anything first off because he just went
Yeah.
into the wrong pipe, which also didn't really make sense. He just
Yeah.
automatically ended up in the wrong world or whatever. But like, yeah, they made him. I felt bad for Luigi. He was
Yeah,
just
dude.
so helpless for the most part until the end when
Yeah.
he stepped up.
Yeah.
But like, I was
But
like,
yeah,
man, Luigi's a sweetheart. Like, he doesn't deserve this,
That's true.
So like,
That
that's
is
how I
actually
felt about
funny.
him. Yeah.
Well, they did need to pick on someone to like for like Bowser to capture for Mario to save. If it wasn't for
Yeah, that is true.
oh,
I mean,
oh,
obviously
Peach.
Mario only did it
it,
to save Luigi,
For
it could
me,
have
I
been
would have liked
yeah.
it. For me, I would have liked it if it was Mario and Luigi both go in, like the games. They both go into this
Yeah,
world, like what the
Me
heck?
too. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
then Bowser has stolen Peach, and they have to work together and do that. To me, I
Yes.
feel like that would have been, for me, been able to give it a higher rating than what I will give it.
that
That's my
might have
personal opinion.
yeah, that
Yeah,
might
like
have been
maybe they
I
both
think
go in,
that.
and they bond with Peach, and then Bowser comes in and steals Peach, and then all the Toads
Exactly.
like are like, oh my, and but of course,
Hmm.
That would
obviously,
have
the
been fun.
story was like Bowser was going to destroy Mushroom Kingdom because he got the superstar, so that might not have made much sense. But yeah, I would have liked to see that a lot more, and then they would have had to work together, to be like, how do we do this, and then go from there. So
Hmm.
yeah, I
That
agree
would
with
have been
Matt.
good.
That's another reason why I don't necessarily love the movie,
I
but
think, yeah, maybe so Illumination Studios made the movie. I guess they might have wanted to be a little bit more unpredictable with that, and they wanted Peach to be kind of a main lead. But yeah, that definitely would have been cool to see. I would have predicted it pretty easily though if Peach would have been captured and all that fun stuff. But it still would have made
I
for a good
mean, but
movie.
Sam, you could have predicted it when Luigi got captured. You know they're gonna stay alive and save it because that's the
That's
whole point of the
yeah, yeah,
game.
that part is true. I mean, they're not. It's a kids movie. They're not going to kill someone off like
Yeah,
that,
yeah, they're not unless like I do have to say though, the freaking Luma, the star, low key
Yes.
savage. Love that.
oh,
Love that one was funny
They
as.
that was funny. They actually did a really good job with that too because Luma's in their real game like Mario Galaxy,
yeah,
their mission is actually to blow up and die. So that kind of makes
yeah,
sense along
it
with the
did. That was
movie.
good. Good
Luma wanted
touch.
to perish too. So I thought that was cool.
Last thing I'll say about Luigi, and I talked with Sam about this like right after the movie, and it's just probably because I just recently played this game, but I was really, this is just like I said, it's nitpicking, and it's not really something to take away from the movie. I was really hoping there'd be a Luigi's Mansion reference, and there wasn't.
Yes.
Made me kind of sad because I played that game last summer on the GameCube, and that was really fun.
What I would have loved is if oh wait, I don't want to spoil the ending. But you know
We
what,
we
like,
basically spoiled the
Yeah,
whole
I
movie at
think
okay,
this point.
yeah, that's true.
I did
That's
mention
Spoiler
true.
spoilers,
alert.
so I think you can spoil whatever.
That's true. At the very end, you know how they wake up in their house? I wish, what if that was Luigi's mansion? That would have been awesome.
That would have been really cool. There's so much that they could do later on in
And
this movie. It's awesome. Charles and I did
I
talk
mean,
about
but
that.
the
Yeah,
thing is I don't know if like they're trying to make it a series, almost
Yeah.
like a Mario verse, sort of like the Marvel,
right.
did that. So obviously maybe they like end up building a mansion, whatever. But I think that would have
And
been like a nice touch.
I,
Like all of a sudden they go from like the small apartment in New York
yeah,
to
to a
Luigi's
mansion.
mansion. That would have
Yeah.
been cool.
I was also gonna say, but you bring up a good point there, Matt. But real quick, whenever he walked into that kind of abandoned mansion, it was like, oh, this will be perfect, and then it was a bunch of shy guys, or I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Shy
Well, it
Guys.
Yeah,
could have been
Shy
just a
Guys,
bunch
yeah.
of booze or something,
I
That would
know.
have been like, and he'd be like, oh, Luigi's Mansion, haha. But
That's what I
I don't know
was
why they didn't
waiting
do
to.
that. Like
Yeah,
that
that's
would have
what I
made,
was waiting to think
yeah,
when I saw that happen. Because both of us, probably all three of us, were expecting Shy Guys when he like walked into that mansion, and it was
I
just
don't
Shy
know,
Guys and like a snippet.
yeah.
I I really hope that I'm leading to believe that they probably have like a Luigi's Mansion movie in the works. That would be so cool to see. And if they do end up making like a Mario cinematic universe, that'd be so cool too. I would just be like head over heels for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, did you want to talk real quick about at the very end after the credits? Did you see that, Matt? Or did
Yeah,
you
I
leave?
did.
Because that
No, I
kind
did.
of Sam, you had some thoughts about that, and that kind of
I
aligns with
did.
Matt's potential point. Yeah.
You talking
Yeah.
about the Bowser one?
No, it's even further.
No, yeah, there was a scene after that. It was a second ending.
All
The
right,
second one.
I don't think Matt saw
Oh
it
no,
properly then.
Matt, you need to go
No, you
rewatch.
can no, just
You,
tell me.
you need to go rewatch the movie
Yeah,
then.
I we can't tell you gotta rewatch it.
We can't tell you.
No, yeah, you can tell him, Sam.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, pretty much what I was saying, same with you, Matt. It might have came to fruition, the Mario Nintendo Cinematic Universe, because the second post-credit scene that was played in the Mario movie, apparently someone didn't actually watch and they got too impatient and left the movie. But they did they did hint
Wow.
at a second Mario movie coming out sometime in the future, and they had a scene going with I think it was just a Yoshi egg that was in the sewers of New York, kind of where like the pipe was in the beginning of the movie. It was just like of Yoshi's egg cracking, and like I think Yoshi he like made a noise, and that was it. So they did hint at a second
Oh,
Mario movie
okay.
coming up. So that's
Oh.
awesome. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, there was a lack of Yoshi for the most part, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
you saw the
Yeah,
Yoshis at one part, I think, but that was it.
yeah. I thought like like, oh, let's go to the Donkey Kingdom. I thought they were gonna add the Yoshis in there. You know what I'm saying? Like where they ride the
Yeah,
Yoshis and stuff.
yeah.
Oh
To
yeah.
me, I know this movie was an hour and a half long. I feel like you could have made it because Puss in Boots was like 2 hours long or something like that. I feel like Illumination Studios, I feel like they could have made it like I know it would have taken longer and all this other stuff, whatever. But 30 more minutes I think would have added a little bit more just to kind of like make it a better movie and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Hopefully there's a lot of stuff that they can do with like the whole Nintendo like IP. So hopefully we see
Hmm.
some better things in the future. But other than that, really quickly, what did you guys think of the main voice actors?
Sam, I was
There's a
just about
lot.
to say that. I was actually going to say that
I
because I
read your
wondered.
mind,
Yeah.
Charles. Yeah, there was a lot. I wanted to bring it up. There was a lot of star actors playing lead roles like Mario, DK, Luigi, etc. So I wanted to see what you guys thought about that.
All right. Or I'll just go Jack Black as Bowser, awesome. And then I actually thought Luigi was pretty good. And then the
Mhm.
rest were mid.
Agreed.
Rest were honestly mid. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I agree. Chris Pratt as Mario didn't actually do that bad as I thought he would do. A lot of people were saying he's a
Yeah, it
terrible
wasn't like terrible
choice
or
for
anything.
Mario,
Yeah, it
and
wasn't that bad.
the trailers leading up to the movie kind of made it look like he wasn't going to do a very good job, and he exceeded my expectations a little bit, but still he didn't do great. He was good, but no, I totally agree with Charles. Jack Black totally hit it out of the park.
He did.
um
Yeah.
Charlie Day, who voice acted for Luigi, he did a really good job too. um there was also uh excuse me if I butcher this pronunciation, but Anya Taylor-Joy. She was the voice actor for Peach. I thought she did a really good job too. Especially with how they made Peach kind of more of a leader in this kind of movie, as to where in like actual Mario games, she's the one getting captured most of the time at least. But yeah, the only clear kind of loser in the big group of voice actors was definitely Seth Rogen. I talked about it a little bit when Charles and I were watching the movie, but I do not like Seth Rogen at all. He definitely kind of ruined some scenes for me. Especially there was a couple times when it was just DK on the screen, and he ruined the immersion totally, because there's just times where he wouldn't talk at all, but did that like token Seth Rogen laugh, like the thing, and everyone obviously knew that was like Seth Rogen, and it took like any imagery and imagination away from the movie. I know it's a little bit critical of a gripe, but I don't think he was a good fit at all for DK.
Can you give us
Definitely
that
not
laugh again
even.
one more time?
Oh, oh.
All right, thank you.
That was that. That was that. I distinctly remember one scene. I think this was first when they got their carts, somewhere around that. But DK, I think, pushed Mario aside or something, so DK was the only one on the screen. and he was just to himself, and he did that laugh, and I had the biggest like frown on my face after that happened because it sucked, man. No one wanted to hear that,
Uh, that's
Especially
funny.
Sam, I guess.
That's
especially
funny.
me, especially me. But no, overall, I think the voice actors were all a good pick. Um, it was definitely Illumination like again, where they had like really big names as the lead voice actors. This is kind of off topic, but there was another big aspect that kind of led you to believe that Illumination made this movie was to where they add a ton of like 80s music into like a bunch of different scenes.
That
I
is
thought that was
true.
kind of overkill. There's like six different movies or six different songs that they played throughout the movie. I
I don't
thought
know.
that
I
was
kind of
weird.
liked it because I like 80s music. So I was
Take
like, oh, this is kind of dope.
on
On
me.
me.
Oh,
Yeah,
I liked it
that is a
too.
very good song.
Yeah, no, it was a very
Yeah.
good song. I definitely liked all of those little music pieces too, but it was kind of out of touch though. That's reference to another 80s song actually. But it didn't really make sense with like how like the flow of the Mario scenes went, like saving Peach
Well,
and like
didn't
the
well
VK.
didn't Mario come out in the 80s, right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
So
so
I
that's
guess
why
it
they
makes
did that.
sense. Yeah, it makes sense that way.
I
And
agree
I
with
think too,
Sam.
depending on the scene too, maybe the different years of the songs or the different years of those games, right? That each scene is from. I'll have to take a
Maybe.
look back.
Yeah,
But for
that'd be
me,
a big brain right there. You
Yeah.
yeah.
proved that to be true. So yeah.
But to me, I like 80s music, so I was kind of okay with it because like I mean I like the Mario music, but like adding in like some 80s music, I was like, okay, like I like this. You know what I'm
It,
saying? But
Matt
that
was
yeah,
was my
jamming it.
opinion.
Matt was jamming
I
in
was
his chair,
jamming.
bro.
he
Heck yeah,
was
bro. I
there.
was doing this. I was like, yeah.
What do you
And
think
then
of
I
the
went,
voice actors? Yeah, Matt, what do you think of the voice actors?
So,
Seth Rogen, he did okay. I mean, I'm not as, I guess, mean as Sam. Um, but I thought they all did okay. I mean, Bowser, of course, as Jack Black, big dub. Charlie Day as Luigi, big dub. And I honestly think that Mario as Chris Pratt honestly was really good. I was like, oh man, because he's not trying the Mario voice. But if you think about it, he goes, that's my commercial voice, whereas it's like my regular voice, like it's a me, Mario, right? Like that's like
right.
his little thing.
Yeah.
And then he's like, but yeah, that's just our commercial voice, like this is Mario. And I was like, okay, yeah, I get behind that. Like
Mamma
you
mia.
don't. I mean,
Right.
think about it. You don't want to hear that every single time. Like, a Peach, why are we doing this? Like, you don't want to hear that every single time. Or, oh, my brother Luigi, he's
You know,
gone. Like, you don't want to hear
Matt could
that.
honestly be Mario. Like, that's not a bad impression right there.
Might need to sign Matt up.
Yeah, we might need to sign Matt up, honestly.
I mean, hey, if you need me to be Super Mario, Mamma Mia, I got you.
Chris Pratt, bro, watch out.
Yeah. Chris
Matt's
Pratt
coming for
wants
you.
the job.
Real quick, because
Um,
we got a few minutes left. I just wanted to ask a couple small things to tie into the one last topic. One, what was your favorite scene from the movie? Two, what's your favorite Mario game? I just wanted to ask that as well. Favorite Mario game of
Okay.
all time? I think I know Sam's, but anyways. And then number three, overall rating. And then that will be it. So who would like to go first? Matt? Sam?
yeah, I can
I
go first.
All right,
okay.
Matt. What's your
What
yeah.
was favorite scene?
Favorite scene, favorite Mario game, and
Yeah,
then overall rating.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite scene was probably. Oh man, that's a good one. I liked it when they're getting their carts for
Oh,
the
that was
Yeah,
Mario
that
that's
was
a
thing, and they
really
started
good one.
playing and they started playing the music, the 80s music and stuff. Like
they
I was like,
did.
oh yeah. I
That
forget.
was
Oh,
cool.
what song was it that they started playing for
Take
that one?
no,
Take on
that
no,
was
yeah, no, it
awful.
was Take on Me.
I thought that
It
might
When
was
have been
Take on Me,
when
wasn't it?
I thought that
no,
might have been when
well,
the DK was driving him, but I can't remember.
that's true. Yeah,
Remember
no,
when the
you're
DK
right
drove
though.
him into
Yeah, the
the first
little
time? It could have
the,
been that. I
the
can't
DK
remember.
was
Oh
like
yes,
chauffeuring
yes,
him.
yes, yes, yes. Okay, that was my favorite scene. That was probably my favorite scene. Yes, doing all that kind of stuff. That was it. Having like the DK bodyguard drive him in with Take on Me. I was like, okay, like
That was
this.
pretty
I love
cool.
this.
That was pretty
Um,
cool.
uh, and the reason why is because I was like, oh look, it's DK Jungle, as in off of like the Super Smash Bros. Map. That's like,
Mm.
oh look, it's DK Jungle.
Oh, okay.
Um, for my favorite game, I wouldn't count Super Smash Bros. As a Mario game, so I'd probably go with Super Mario Strikers. I love that
Let's
game. I love playing it
go.
with you.
Yes.
And then my rating, I would say a 7 out of 10. Wasn't great, but wasn't terrible. So it's like an average C, 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Would you like to go next, Sam?
Yeah, I want to hear what you think what my favorite Mario game is first.
Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
Okay, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I definitely love Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. That's a GameCube game. If we're talking like mainline Mario games though, I absolutely love Sunshine. I love Mario Odyssey and Mario 64 a lot too. I would probably have to say Sunshine is my favorite like mainline Mario game.
I would
Um,
consider Paper Mario mainline. You should go with that.
so
Yeah,
I
I'd
should
say
go with
that.
that. That's true. There's just too many like really good Mario games out there to pick one specifically, but it was an amazing movie. I'd probably give it. This is a little biased. I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. I had so much fun watching it. I would probably watch it 5 more times before it gets old, and then watch it maybe like a dozen more times a year after that. But my favorite scene though, definitely. I really love the scenes where Jack Black as Bowser was just singing and going ham on his piano. Those are really cool. My absolute favorite scene though was this is more towards the end of the movie when Mario and Luigi had that fight scene with all of Bowser's enemies when they got transported into Brooklyn and Mario and Luigi got that power star. Everyone was cheering them on, and they were fighting all like the enemies, and then eventually beating up Bowser. That was so cool to me. That absolutely gives away like the very end of the movie. But I thought the ending scene was like a perfect like cherry on top to the movie. It was so much fun to watch.
I think for me, you said it, Sam. I loved Bowser's love for Peach, how it was shown in the movie. I thought they did a great job of that,
Mhm.
comparing it to how it is in the games. And honestly, when like Bowser, whenever he learned about Mario and he was like, how it made him so upset, like, which is like kind of legit, like in the games as well. And I think for me, my favorite was when he was like, when Mario defeated Donkey Kong or whatever, and Bowser heard about it, and he's like, so like Peach was impressed and stuff, like he was all concerned
Right.
about because like he was like she isn't falling in love with Mario, right? And he was like practicing all his like wedding stuff, and that was just so funny. I thought that
It
was great.
was. It was
So that
really
was
good.
my favorite personally. For my rating, I give it a 7.2, a little bit above Matt. I was thinking right around 7 though. Matt and I are kind of the same wavelength, I'd say. One of the reasons we added Sam to the pod because Matt and I would just
Right.
agree on
Well,
like
yeah.
everything. So
You actually added me to the podcast that up that average. Nine
maybe I should give
versus
it a
seven.
6
Oh,
then. Maybe
oh
I should
my
lower it a little
goodness.
bit. But
Holy
no,
crap,
I give it like
Sam.
a 7 point, right around 7, basically
That's
what Matt
fair.
said. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I
and
didn't know we were
then
giving points. I just thought I didn't know it was like we could do like freaking decimal places, bro.
you just already took
I did.
7. So I was like, I'll just go
Yeah, I didn't actually
7.2.
know about that part too. Charles
I
wanted to
mean,
be unique.
Matt already took 7
Yeah,
though.
otherwise
So,
maybe I would do like 7.13592473. That's mine.
all right,
That's
mark that
fair.
down. But
That actually
my,
brought that average up a little bit,
my,
so I
uh,
appreciate it.
my favorite Mario game is definitely Sunshine as well. And Sam, I'm really happy you like Sunshine as much as me. That's just so nostalgic. So it's got to be my favorite. But let me just say, Strikers, underrated. It's way up there. And Mario Kart Wii, also way up there too. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
There's just
Sunshine's
so
mine.
many there's just so many different Mario games. They're so much fun that I can't like
Yeah.
For
name
me, I
one
feel like it
specifically.
depends on your mood, on what you want.
Yeah.
And I feel
That
like
could be
for
that
any
too.
mood, there's a Mario game. Like, oh, you want to play with friends? Okay, Super Mario Party. Okay, you want to play by yourself and see cinematography a little bit? Okay, do Sunshine or the paper, the whatever one you said, Sam. I've heard of that one because of you. If you want to do sports, right? Okay, let's do Mario Kart. Or, okay, let's do Strikers, or let's do Mario Baseball. I feel like
Yeah.
for
Sluggers.
any
Forgot
mood,
about that one.
for
Mhm.
any mood, there's a Mario game.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Mario is goaded. That's basically the
So awesome.
recap.
Yeah.
So,
It's just
yeah.
a whole giant franchise now of all sorts of Mario and Nintendo stuff even that we can make like 20 movies in the future. They need to
Mar-
pull like an MCU, I swear. Like
Mario,
we
he
had
is
Avengers
goaded.
movies like every other year. We need to start having like different Nintendo movies every other year.
Whoa, that might be.
Bro, I would love to see like a Zelda movie. That'd be dope.
That would be so
New
cool.
game.
That
Hey,
would be
new
so
game.
cool.
New
I'm
game is
gonna
coming, but like think about that. Like Link, bro. Link's my guy. I love Link.
Link is awesome, yes. And I finally actually got another friend, our friend Eric. I got Charles's girlfriend Autumn hooked into Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 finally. Like a month
Good game.
before the
Very good
sequel to
game.
the game comes out, but
Yeah.
still, it's a win, you know.
So while Mario might be goated, he's obviously not as goated as LeBron with that big dub today, up 1-0.
What?
Oh my gosh.
I had
Man,
to
you
bring
threw
that
me
up
for
to Sam.
curveball. I mean, you're not wrong. I guess
People
I've
seem
heard
to
more.
love LeBron, obviously. The last video has a ton of
Oh,
views,
I
but
oh I
yeah.
love LeBron. Oh, I love LeBron.
But
He's
yeah,
what gets he's what gets the viewers in. Yeah, it shows. But
Matt, you want to hit us with the outro? I think we've said it all that we want to say.
Well, I hope everyone liked our movie Monday, and we'll watch the Mario movie. Well, hopefully you've liked our review if you've already watched it. If you haven't watched it, sorry for the spoilers, but we hope that you like it. If you have any suggestions, comments, opinions, whatever, throw them in the comments in the YouTube channel. You can hit us up on Instagram, whatever you want. Give us your opinion. We'd love to hear. We're happy that the playoffs are going on. We're happy that we're able to watch movies, and we got some good things in the works, some couple surprises. So, just stay tuned. It's TBD, to be determined. And we love you guys. Thanks for the support. And Manny B, H Double, and Sam Cookie signing off for our movie Monday.
yep. Bye guys. Thanks for joining us.